Hello everyone, I am so glad that you could join me again. Today, for a special treat, I am preparing a Christmas afternoon tea that we can enjoy in front of a fire right here in the parlor. I'm serving savory sweet chicken and cranberry sandwiches, aromatic eggnog scones with strawberry jam, and a lovely little chocolate cake that requires only a bowl and a whisk to make. As usual, let me put on my apron and then we can get busy in the kitchen. We are going to start with the lovely little chocolate cake because we have to give it time to cool before we can glaze it. So I have an 8-inch by 8-inch square baking dish here, and I'm just spraying it with baking spray. Baking spray contains flour. If you don't have this, just butter and flour the pan. We are going to make the entire cake batter in this one bowl. So I have 1 cup or 130 grams of all-purpose or plain flour. Then I need 1 cup or 200 grams of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup or 22 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk all of these ingredients. Then I'm going to whisk in 1 large egg, a 1/2 cup, or about 118 mils, of some neutral flavored oil. This is avocado oil. A 1/2 cup buttermilk, which I have in the refrigerator. A 1/2 cup of hot but not boiling coffee. Coffee brings out the chocolate flavor. And then pour the batter into the prepared cake pan. Need my spatula. I'm going to put this in my oven until the cake puffs and the skewer inserted in the center comes out clean or mostly clean. That's going to take from 35 to 40 minutes. I forgot to add my vanilla extract, so I have retrieved the pan from the oven. I'm going to stir it in right now. It's just a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Do you sometimes forget ingredients when you're preparing a recipe? It happens to the best of us. I'm going to clean up my workstation and then we can get busy on the eggnog scones. On to the eggnog scones. Now, I'm going to let my food processor do most of the work. So I have 2 3/4 cups of flour here. That's 330 grams. Then I need a 1/4 cup or 50 grams of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 whole tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now I need to blend these ingredients, for 3 seconds. Now I will add 8 tablespoons or 113 grams of cold diced butter. You want to scatter that right on top of the flour. Then I will pulse the machine 7 to 10 times just to break up the butter. Then we need to transfer this mixture to a large bowl. In a separate bowl or a glass measure, I'm adding 3/4 cup or 177 mils of store-bought eggnog. This stuff is really good, very delicious. And to the eggnog, I'm adding 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And whisk. Now I need to pour the eggnog mixture into the flour mixture, and then I will stir just until a soft dough forms. The scent of nutmeg in this mixture is very comforting. Well, I find it comforting. Here's my pastry cloth. I'm going to dust the cloth with some flour and then rub it in. Add the dough. I'm going to form the dough into a ball. Add a little flour on top. And then flatten the dough into a disc. I need to roll this dough into a circle that is approximately 3/4 of an inch thick. This dough looks great. You can see all of the little bits of butter in here. So we know the eggnog scones will be nice and light and flaky. Now we can press out rounds. Putting a little flour over here that I can dip my 2-inch diameter biscuit cutter into. And put the rounds on a parchment-lined baking sheet. And my oven is preheating to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. And when you press out the rounds, press straight down. Do not twist the cutter. Apparently, if you twist, then the scones will not rise properly. Before I bake these off, I'm going to pop them into the freezer for about 15 minutes just to firm up the butter. Good timing. Just after I put the scones in the freezer, my timer went off. This means our cake is ready. This cake smells fabulous. It's got a very rich chocolatey aroma. I'm going to let this cool completely, and then shortly before I wish to serve the cake for afternoon tea, I will glaze it. My scones are nice and cold, so now I am going to brush them with a bit of eggnog. That lapping sound you hear in the background is Avery drinking her water. Avery is my dog. The eggnog will help the scones to brown in the oven. And I should mention that you can make these scones way ahead of time. Just form them and freeze them and then bake them from frozen. I'm going to pop these into the preheated oven until the scones puff and brown. That's going to take from 18 to 20 minutes. These scones look just beautiful. I'm going to let them cool for a bit on a wire rack. Meanwhile, I'm going to arrange some flowers for the tea table, and then we are going to make the tea sandwiches. I don't always put flowers on the tea table, but today is a special occasion. So I have some yew branches from my garden and some inexpensive purple alstroemeria from the local supermarket. I also have some floral preservative. Very simple elegance. Let me clean this up, and then we will get started on the sandwiches. I did wash my hands. Now I'm going to make chicken and cranberry sandwiches. I think the flavors will be great for Christmas afternoon tea. So I have some chicken from a rotisserie chicken. Just throwing this in my food processor. I think rotisserie chicken is wonderfully convenient. I know it's available in America and in Canada. Let me know if it's available in the UK, by which I mean if you live in the UK, let me know if you can buy rotisserie chicken at your local market. There are no exact proportions for any of the ingredients in this sandwich filling. I'm going to start with this much mayo, and if we need more, we will add more. Oh, and I need some salt and pepper. This looks perfect. A little taste for seasonings. Perfect. Now I need the bread. I am out of my homemade pain de mie, which is really the best bread for tea sandwiches. But next best would be something like this Pepperidge Farm white sandwich bread. And no, I am not promoting Pepperidge Farm. Now, I know that some people like to cut off the crust before applying the filling. I don't do that because I was taught to cut after you fill the sandwiches. That way, you have a clean edge. To seal the bread so it won't be soggy after we add the fillings, I'm applying a light layer of butter, soft butter. I'm spooning cranberry sauce on one slice of bread and our chicken filling on the other slice. And then put the sandwiches together. Now I remove the crusts. Then I like to cut each sandwich into 3 rectangles or fingers. A nice little snack for the chef. I'm going to cut this sandwich into triangles. And our sandwiches are made. All right, our lovely little chocolate cake is cooled to room temperature. Now I want to make a very simple glaze for it. I'm going to sift 1 1/4 cups, or about 150 grams, of confectioner's sugar. You may not have to sift your confectioner sugar. It's just mine is extremely lumpy, and I want a very smooth glaze. To the sugar, I'm adding 57 grams or 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 3 tablespoons of either half and half or heavy cream, or I'm using light cream. 1, 2, 3, and a half teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And just whisk. I'm looking for a smooth but pourable glaze, which I seem to have achieved very quickly. We can pour all of this sweet goodness right over the cake. I'm going to clean up here. Then I need to light a fire in the parlor and brew some tea. Then we can have our little party. To accompany our selections today, I think we should have Darjeeling tea. This is the Darjeeling that I buy from Tierra Farm. It is the best. And here are our chicken and cranberry sandwiches, our wonderful eggnog scones, and some strawberry jam, and our lovely little chocolate cake at the top of this 3-tiered stand. Let's head into the parlor.
In the quiet evening, snow is falling, and from every window shines a light. Somewhere in the distance, drums are calling, but no one heeds their call tonight. Christmas, oh Christmas, how we long for you. Christmas, oh Christmas, let your message once again ring true.
Thank you for joining me for this Christmas afternoon tea. I also want to thank you for the comments you have left beneath my videos. I really appreciate hearing from you. Let's have a bite of this sandwich. This is just chicken and mayonnaise and salt and pepper and some store-bought cranberry sauce, but it's truly wonderful. Now for one of the eggnog scones. I have some strawberry jam over here and a spoon. I didn't offer clotted cream or whipped cream with these scones because, well, they already have eggnog in them. These are light and moist, and the scent of the nutmeg and whatever else is in eggnog is really incredible. I have a kitten over here, little Goldie, who's very interested in enjoying afternoon tea with us. And of course, we have to try this lovely little chocolate cake. For a one bowl cake with so few ingredients, I think this cake knocks it out of the park. Again, thank you for joining me for this Christmas afternoon tea. I really appreciate your company. Also, let me take this time to tell you that Mr. Fox and Lizette and Avery and Binky and Goldie and I want to wish you the happiest of holidays. I can post a couple of my other videos up here or up here that you can watch between now and my next upload. In the meantime, take good care of yourself. Again, happy holidays to you and yours, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.